Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Whiteley and welcome into your Golf Central update. Well, big news today as the LPGA announces that Mollie Marcoux Samaan will be the tour's next commissioner. The board of directors unanimously approved Samaan as the 9th commissioner in that tour's history. So here's a look at some of her accomplishments. You can see she was the director of athletics at Princeton University between 2014 and 2021. Previously executive vice president of Chelsea Piers right here in Connecticut. 1991 Princeton graduate where she played hockey and soccer, and obviously a long-time passion for the game of golf, picking it up at the age of 11 and a 5-time club champion at the North Fork Country Club in New York. Now she joined Shane Bacon and Damon Hack earlier on Golf Today.
And Mollie Marcoux Samaan joins us now. Molly, congratulations. What are you most excited about in taking this role?
I mean, I'm excited about all of it. This has been a phenomenal day. I have to tell you, this is like a dream come true. And, I'm excited to get to know everybody within the LPGA ecosystem. I'm excited to, help the players live their dreams through golf. I'm excited to provide more opportunities for more women and girls through the game of golf. And, I think that it's just a perfect match for me in so many different ways. So it's been really a hard day because I love Princeton and I love my team here, but it's just been an inspiring and exciting moment for me in my life.
Molly, if you could just give us a rundown of who you are, how you got into the game of golf, how passionate you are about this sport.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing when I was about 11 years old, and I did not come from a family of golfers. My parents had never played golf, and I grew up in upstate New York. And my brother, who's 5 years older, he started playing with his friends, and I convinced him to let me tag along one day. And from the moment I started playing, and how hard golf is, and how challenging it is, and how athletic it is, I was hooked. And so I immediately, begged my parents to buy me some clubs, and I got some secondhand clubs, and I joined. They let me join the local public course. I think it was $45 for the whole summer, and my dad would drop me off in the morning and pick me up at night, on his way to work. And I just stayed at the course all day long. It was a 9-hole course. We would loop around, we would chip and putt and, play fun games. I was mostly the junior boys and me, and then a lot of senior women and men because it was sort of weekday, in the middle of the summer. So that was my first experience with golf, and I've been hooked ever since.
Molly, you clearly love this game. This is a big day. It's a big job. What would you like to accomplish?
I mean, I would love to just see women's golf and the LPGA continue to grow on the global stage, and to be able to continue to inspire the world through the talents and commitment of our pros, of our teaching pros, and of the people who play the game. So I think there's huge opportunity to continue to grow women's golf, to grow golf, and to provide even more equitable opportunities for women and girls in sport.
Molly, how many conversations have you had with Mike Whan through this process, and what have those conversations been like?
I've had, I guess 3 or 4 conversations with him, and I have to say I feel like I really know him because I've been studying him and his leadership and all that he's accomplished. And, I think very rarely do you find someone who's running an organization that's just universally loved and respected, both loved and respected. So he's been super helpful to me, even just today with some introductions and, cheering me on. And so I really look forward to getting to know him, and he's just up the road. So I'm hoping that I can tap into his amazing resource as often as possible.
Molly, it's an international tour, powerful players, so many storylines. What are you most excited about working with the membership in particular?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I love sports, and that's what I've done my entire career. I'm fascinated by the technical aspect of the game, inspired by the mental part of golf, because I think it's just so demanding. So, and I love athletes. I love people who dive in and try to get better and perform on a really challenging, global stage. So I'm excited to watch them, cheer them on, follow them, and most importantly, support them, and hopefully continue to grow the ability for even more women on the tour to make a great living and to sort of, again, live their dreams. I think being able to see the women do that on a week-to-week basis is so exciting, and being able to see their performance and see how they, get better and improve and handle the ups and downs of the game. So I'm definitely an athlete supporter in every way. So I can't wait to dig in with the players.
Molly, what's the feeling like personally saying yes to something like becoming the LPGA commissioner? What's that moment like when you go back home and you go, okay, we're really going to do this?
Yeah, that's what it was like. I have 3 kids and a wonderful husband, and this is a family decision, and they had to all be all in on it, and they have been. And so, it's a big moment. And I think my mother, thinking about those days when, I was telling them that I wanted to play golf, and I think my dad had to convince my mother that they should sign me up for this membership and let me play all the time and let me travel around. I used to play in some, amateur tournaments, and they had to make a commitment to it. And I think she feels extremely excited and proud. So it definitely my brother's a big golfer, and my brother-in-laws, my whole sort of extended family now are golfers. So this has been a really exciting day. My team at Princeton has been remarkable in terms of supporting this and, cheering me on. And they've been just great friends and mentors and advocates all along, and hopefully me to them.
Molly, the LPGA seems to be in a wonderful place. Mike Whan did a great job. He took over since 2010. What's the biggest challenge for you when you look forward?
Well, first of all, I have a lot to learn, right? I think that's my first goal, is to get in and just talk to everyone that I can possibly talk to within the organization and understand, how much I do know and how much I don't know, and get great ideas from lots of different stakeholders. So I think that's step number one. And then I think it's just continue to grow, grow the purses, grow the exposure, grow the use of technology, grow the broadcasting, grow the, everything, just to provide more opportunities for these remarkable women. And also with the foundation and other parts of the organization, just being creative and innovative in ways of bringing golf to a really broad sector of the world.
Well, Molly, we're excited to get to know you as you could begin this new chapter. Thanks so much for your time, and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks very much. This was really fun.
Okay, so this is a big day for the LPGA as we welcome in Jaime Diaz. And Jaime, I know you reached out to former LPGA Commissioner Charlie Meacham. What did you learn from his perspective about this new chapter that the LPGA are entering?
Well, he's very impressed with the new commissioner's credentials. Definitely that she comes from the sports world and the business world, and also from the academic world. So she's highly accomplished in many ways and probably should adapt very well. He also believes that relationships are the key going forward. They were for him when he was commissioner from 1990 to 95. Mike Whan left that legacy as well. And so with the sponsors and the media and the players especially, very important to have close relationships. Everything flows from that, he believes. Also thought it's important that she's a woman, that this is significant, it's symbolic, and especially with the younger players who come from this generation now, that women's rights and women's justice and all these things sends a good message to the rest of the world that the LPGA is led by a woman.
It seems like she is also putting a big priority, as you say, on women and getting young women into the game as well, which is something that Mike Whan was so good at. And Mike Whan's shoes, they are going to be very big ones to fill. The strength that he has taken the LPGA to now, it's never been in a better position. What do you think Molly's sort of priority is to kind of push the LPGA onto bigger and greater things?
Well, I think she's very fortunate that Mike Whan has given her such a nice foundation. She can take her time and establish that identity. Whatever her initiatives happen to be, or her ideas, I don't think there's any pressure for her to do anything quickly, and I think she can learn the landscape. And so she comes in with a strong hand, really, and I think it bodes very well for the future. Okay,
good stuff. Well, as we hear today, the LPGA is in very safe hands indeed, with Mollie Marcoux Samaan as their incoming LPGA commissioner. That is it today. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you tomorrow.